Здорово, Даньків продовжує проходити 4-й Fallout. Що ж, нарешті пора допомогти нашому новому другану Верджилу.
Well, I'm glad to see the relay didn't completely vaporize you.
Did you expect it to?
No, of course not. It was far more likely that it would just blow up. But it didn't. You made it in. Were you able to find the serum?
I've got it right here.
That's it. That's really it. All right. Let's see. Retrovirus has matured nicely. Density gradient is high. Recombinant counter-intron sequences look stable. Transcriptive exon strands have formed.
So, it's good?
There's only one way to find out. All right. Here we go. And now, we wait.
How long will it take?
I don't know. Nothing like this has ever been tried before. I'm going to rest for a while. I'm back in a few days, maybe a week, and... well, I guess we'll see. In any event, you kept your end of our bargain. Thank you.
І чо Дансу не сподобалось, що я поміг мужику вилічитися? Не пойму. Ну да ладно. Що ж, а тепер відправимося назад на дирижабль. Пора поговорити з Проктором Інграм, а потім із Мексоном. Який стрьомний туман.
Heard you gave those muties at Fort Strong something to think about.
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I think she's confused right now.
No matter. Given the proper motivation, I'm certain she can be persuaded to see things our way. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Pridwin. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, I believe you still possess an important piece of data that Proctor Ingram is eagerly awaiting. I want you to bring it to her immediately. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress. Dismissed.
Да, доктору Лі інститут знатно навалив в голову. Но вона, принаймні, частично відійде і поможе нам.
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the interceptor would do to you.
expect me to survive the trip?
A device like the signal interceptor is way out of my league. I was hoping you'd make it, but I find it tough to have faith in technology I don't understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Hopefully, it'll reveal a weakness in their defenses.
That would be the best case scenario. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, I've got a new assignment for you. So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll help us crush the Institute.
It will, but we've got a lot of work ahead of us first. Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, and I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry in the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Pridwin might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded.
Proctor Ingram?
In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
My help? I don't know a thing about robot repair.
Why don't we leave the repairing to my scribes? You're going to be doing the legwork. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
Why is the power blowing out his CPU?
Liberty Prime has a highly complex power system. A good deal of that system was damaged when he exploded. So I'm working in the dark, trying to come up with parts on my own. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
Тож, цікаво. Але тут неточність. Liberty Prime був створений не 10 років тому при участі доктора Лі. Він був побудований в кінці тої самої війни з Китаєм. Но ним так і не встигли скористатися, бо китайські війська були розбиті на Алясці. І робот 200 років пролежав в нинішній цитаделі братства, в будівлі Пентагону. А доктор Лі тільки допомагала його запустити. А в війні з Анклавом, він був пошкоджений. Причому пошкоджений не просто, а орбітальним ударом. В розпорядженні Анклава був супутник, був орбітальний супутник з ракетами класа, Космос-Земля. Вони навели супутник на робота і устроїли орбітальний удар. От голова робота. Часті корпуса. Ну що, звісно ж, його дороблено. Тож піднімемося на борт. І поговоримо з доктором.
I prefer laser weapons.
Attention! Ferrum Squad, report to debriefing. Ferrum Squad to the debriefing.
Never expected Dr. Lee would return to the Brotherhood. But you're not here to discuss history, are you? Are there documents you wanted to turn in?
I found some technical
Ah, good. I was beginning to run out of materials to start. Here are the caps that I promised. Remember, check every bill.
Cade won't clear me for duty yet.
By Elder Maxon's orders, all forms of
Dr.
technology should be
If you're
confiscated
here to
or
talk me
collected.
into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
You promised you'd help us.
You're right, I did. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
Because we care what happens to the Commonwealth.
And we want to stop the Institute from using its technological superiority as a weapon.
You know, if anyone else wearing a Brotherhood of Steel uniform said something like that, I'd laugh in their face. But coming from you, it sounds like you actually mean it. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
Хорошо. Поговоримо.
Your reconnoiter of the Institute complete. We finally have first-hand knowledge about their facility.
Атмосферно, однако. Від цього прыжка в мене аж по ногах мурашки прийшлись.
Lancer Captain
Я
Kell,
боюся висоти.
finest officers. Oh man, if I'm late for muster one more time, Captain Kells is gonna have
Excuse
me
me,
doing
Proctor
push-ups.
Ingram.
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Maybe I should teach her some manners.
That's not necessary. She isn't gonna be much good to us if she's lying in a hospital bed. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
You're acting like I know what those are.
Oh, I know you haven't the faintest idea what I'm talking about. I just like watching you squirm. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
Непогано. 4 мощних магніта. Їх можна знайти в лікарні. Що, магніти з томографа, що ли? Ужасна штука. Томограф. Ні, ну, звісно, ніяких болів він не причиняє, но шумить страшно, а лічно я шуми не переношу. Опа, это чё? Синт? Полиция.
Scanning unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
А, да, інститут думає, що я на їхній стороні ще. Типа. Ідіоти ще неуважні.
Message to Robert Cooper. You did good, Bobby. The wife and girl won't be saying anything. No worries. Hell, once those fat life insurance checks start rolling in, Mrs. Montrano will wish her fat slob of a husband had eaten that bullet 5 years ago. As for what happens next, up to you. Beach, sub shop, car yard. Doesn't matter where he ends up. I don't give a shit. I just
А ця голозапись Едді Вінтера, яку я знайшов, вона потрібна буде для одного квеста від Ніка Валентайна. Ну, до цього квеста ще далеко. Ну, раз я проходив мимо, щоб не підібрати запись. Все тут скоро.
I hear something.
Hold up.
Без коментарів. Поїхавши з ядерною бомбою.
What? Nice try! hide forever.
You can't hide forever!
I'm not gonna... Over there!
One of us survived the bleeding.
Крупнокаліберна винтовка. Непогана штука.
Not one. Annoyed.
I'm gonna wipe you from the face of the earth! For the Brotherhood!
Я правильно почув? Тут є ще один камікадзе. Опа.
Their weak spot!
Where'd you go? Huh? Gonna find you? Gonna kill you!
I lost him.
Да. Тут ще зустрічаються зразки броні супермутантів. І да, ми не можемо їх вдягти. Думаю, очевидно, що з того факту, що їхня броня є супутник супермутантів, до нього подавати. Тепер пора вернутися в аеропорт. Прийшов зовсім не з того боку. Це треба, щоб прокачати стосунки з Дансом ще більше.
Hey.
Need something?
Unless you like getting shot, never turn your back on a gun. Ingram?
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain to the system why it can't move right now.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important element. His nukes. Without them, his offensive systems aren't operating at peak capacity.
Ну, тут неточний переклад. Не ядерних ракет, а нюк. Слово нюк може означати ядерні боєголовки. Прайм вручну кидається авіабомбами ядерними.
What's Prime armed with?
Prime has 2 weapon systems, his eye laser and his nuke pack. The eye laser can target a hostile from hundreds of yards out and take it down with pinpoint accuracy. His nukes are modified Mark 28 nuclear bombs. They used to drop the things from bombers during the war. Just one of the nukes is equivalent to about 3 or 4 Fat Man shells. Basically, whatever it hits isn't getting up again. His eye laser is almost ready to go, but without nukes to load into his pack, he's fighting at less than half his capability.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just tell me where they are.
I wish I could. Prime's bomb pack is fitted for Mark 28 nuclear bombs. The same type of bombs that were dropped from aircraft during the Great War. The Commonwealth was a major staging area for the military's Air Force, so we assumed we wouldn't have trouble finding them. But since we arrived, our scouting teams haven't located a single bomb.
That's going to be a problem. Without a fully loaded nuke pack, Prime won't have the firepower to take on the Institute.
She's right.
Of course she's right. But before you give up hope, there's actually a silver lining here. Proctor Quinlan has located some records regarding a military installation, which was used as a nuclear weapons storage facility. We're fairly certain this included a stockpile of the Mark 28s. The catch is that the installation is located somewhere within the glowing sea.
I'll head out there immediately.
Good, because that's exactly what we're asking you to do. Scribe Halen's established a communications point on the frontier of the glowing sea. I suggest you head out there first, and establish a signal protocol with her so that the nukes can be airlifted out once you've located them. Hopefully, by the time you've returned, we'll be ready to wake Prime up, and you can say hello. Good luck, Knight.
Да. От ми й вернулись до світящогося моря. Поговоримо з писарем Хейлін. Певний Данс буде радий зустрічі з нею.
Hey.
Viewpoint, I shoot. I'm glad to share the burden.
Зараза. Без оцього ядерного блока воно повстиме як черепаха. Хреново. Ну що ж, я і так планував завершувати. Зараз доберемося до Хейлін. Потім сходимо на оцю ферму, де будемо просити. Ну, точніше, купимо урожай, щоб поповнити запаси продовольствия братства. А тоді вернуся до Проктора Тігана на дирижабль і куплю в нього ядерні блоки. Круто, правда? І нагадую, квест по цій помощі можна грати до безкінечності. О, убежище отмечено. Давай, Данс, иди сюда. О, блядь. Радиация. Вот так вот. Набагато краще. Відчувається наближення, як сказано в загрузочному екрані, радіоактивного шторму.
Hey.
Awaiting your command. Switching out your gear?
Треба чуть-чуть розгрузитися, буде швидше. Нічого себе ця форма важить. Кордон сяючого моря. Радіоактивна буря накриє все Содружество, но радіації мізерна, так що паритися просто нема.
Joining our cause was the wisest decision of your life, sister.
It's good to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled into the Cambridge police station.
Thanks, Halen. I assume the place is still in one piece.
We're doing the best that we can. We've had the occasional synth attack, but so far we've been able to keep them from overrunning us. Thanks to the reinforcements and the air support, I'd say that site was secure.
What about those feral ghouls? Are they still a problem?
With a vertibird at our disposal, Not a chance. Anyway, I know you don't have time for small talk, so I'll get right to it. I've had the men set up the equipment we'll need to pinpoint you once you've found the bombs. We've rigged up this distress pulsar to emit a unique tone that we'll be listening for. When you find the bombs, plant the pulsar, and we'll handle the rest. After that, you should probably head back to Proctor Ingram and bring her your report.
Doesn't sound too difficult.
Ah, no. Not at all. You're only heading back into the most inhospitable place in the entire Commonwealth. Look, I know you've been through the glowing sea before, but remember to keep an eye on your Geiger counter. If you don't, the radiation will cook you from the inside out. Good luck, Knight.
Хранилище бомб знайти. Ага. Ну, близько від печери Верджина. Так що це не проблема. А тут неподалеку убіжище є. Що ж, відправимося на ферму. Потім вернемося до Тігана. І на цьому будемо завершувати. Я взяв цей квест спеціально для того, щоб вам все-таки показати, як це відбувається.
Why do I get the impression I don't want to hear what you have to say?
What would you take for your crops?
Well, there's a question I don't get every day. I have to say, 1,000 caps would cover it.
How about 500 caps?
Probably not the wisest decision, but all right. You got a deal.
От і все. Убіжище 88. Да, там буде цікаво. Но поки ми туди доберемося. Треба ще з інститутом розібратися, з парочкою ще проблем, но в цілому проблем не буде.
Nothing to report right now, Knight. I can't believe I'm so...
Мексо тут нема.
Hull plating integrity looks good. No need for adjustments.
Attention. This is a notice to all personnel. Please think of your brothers and sisters down below.
If you're looking for ammunition or weapon mods,
Thoroughly secure all gear while on the flight deck. Thank you.
If it looks dead, put one more in its head.
Excuse me, Proctor Tegan.
Ah, my leg's on the ground. You get those farmers to cooperate?
Yes, sir. The crops will be available when harvested.
Couldn't have done a better job myself. Your payment, as discussed. Let me know if you feel like heading back down. If these farmers realize what we did for them on a daily basis, they'd be lining up to help.
So awesome.
Set me up?
Sure, I've got something that'll put a smile on your face.
Що ж. Цей ядерний блок не до кінця заряджений, але це не проблема. Ну, візьмемо ще це. Ну що ж, а на цьому поки що будемо завершувати. Дякую за увагу. Пока!